The morning of March 8, 2025, dawned like any other in Dobropilya, a city in eastern Ukraine. Despite the ongoing war, life went on, children played, parents went to work, and the rhythm of daily existence continued. But that normalcy was shattered when a barrage of Russian missiles rained down on the city. The strikes targeted residential areas, turning homes, schools, and playgrounds into scenes of unimaginable devastation. Dobropilya, located just 22 kilometers from the front lines, became a tragic symbol of the human cost of this brutal war. 11 innocent lives were extinguished, including 5 children who will never see their futures. 30 more individuals were injured, many with life-altering injuries, their lives forever marked by this horrific attack. The images emerging from Dobropilya are heart-wrenching: destroyed buildings, streets littered with debris, and the faces of Ukrainians etched with grief and despair. This attack was not an isolated incident. Across Ukraine, Russian missiles and drones targeted critical infrastructure, plunging cities into darkness and disrupting essential services. The attacks represent a significant escalation in Russia's ongoing aggression, a stark reminder that the conflict is far from over. The international community reacted with predictable outrage to the latest Russian attacks. Condemnations poured in from world leaders, with many expressing solidarity with Ukraine and calling for an immediate cessation of hostilities. However, translating words into concrete action remains a challenge. The United States, while condemning the attacks, has taken a controversial stance. The Trump administration has paused military and intelligence aid to Ukraine, a move that has drawn criticism from both sides of the aisle. The decision to limit access to vital satellite imagery, crucial for Ukraine's air defense systems, has raised serious concerns about America's commitment to supporting its allies. While the U.S. grapples with its response, other nations have stepped up their support for Ukraine. The United Kingdom, a staunch ally, has announced a new package of military aid, including advanced weaponry and equipment. European Union members have pledged continued economic and humanitarian assistance, reinforcing their commitment to Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity. Behind the statistics and geopolitical maneuvering lie the deeply personal tragedies of the Ukrainian people. Each casualty represents a life cut short, a family torn apart, and a community forever scarred. In Dobropilya, the loss of 5 children has devastated families and left an entire city grappling with unimaginable grief. One resident, a young mother named Irina, lost her husband in the initial days of the invasion. Now she mourns the loss of her only child, a 6-year-old son named Dmitry, killed in the recent attack. He loved to draw, Irina shared, her voice barely a whisper. He dreamed of being an artist. Now, his drawings are buried under the rubble of our home. Irina's story is just one of countless tragedies unfolding across Ukraine. The physical and psychological toll of the conflict is immeasurable. Millions have been displaced from their homes, forced to flee for their lives, leaving behind everything familiar. The trauma of war, particularly for children who have witnessed unimaginable horrors, will have lasting consequences. Despite the relentless attacks and mounting losses, the spirit of the Ukrainian people remains unbroken. Their resilience, their determination to defend their homeland, serves as an inspiration to the world. President Zelensky, a beacon of strength and defiance, continues to rally his people, urging them to never lose hope. The international community must match Ukraine's resolve with unwavering support. Military aid, economic assistance, and diplomatic pressure are crucial to counter Russian aggression and bring an end to this senseless war. The world must stand united in condemning Russia's actions and demanding accountability for the atrocities committed. The conflict in Ukraine is not just a regional crisis, it is a global challenge that demands a unified response. The future of democracy, the principles of sovereignty and territorial integrity, and the very foundation of the international order are at stake. The world is watching and history will judge our actions. We must not fail the Ukrainian people.